The battlefield was silent, except for the distant howls of the Warbeasts. The sky above was dark, filled with the shadows of enemy ships. The planet Garces V had fallen, and now only one defender remained, a human and his dog. Captain Rylan Drake adjusted his broken helmet, wiping blood from his brow. Beside him, his companion, a cyber-enhanced German shepherd named Rex, growled low. The battle was already lost. The last human outpost had been wiped out, and now 1,000 monstrous alien warbeasts were marching toward him. The enemy, the Xelthar, were a cruel species. Towering at 10 feet tall, they had razor-sharp claws, hardened carapaces, and eyes that burned red with hatred. Their warbeasts were worse, mutant creatures bred for destruction, their bodies a grotesque fusion of flesh and metal. Rylan exhaled slowly, gripping his pulse rifle. Rex, buddy, looks like it's just us now. Rex barked in response, his cybernetic eye glowing blue. His implants gave him enhanced strength, speed, and tactical intelligence. He wasn't just a pet, he was a soldier. The warbeasts were closing in fast. The ground trembled under their massive feet. The air smelled of burning metal and rotting flesh. Rylan had fought in countless battles, but never like this, never against these odds. He activated his comms, though he knew there would be no response. This is Captain Drake, last survivor of the Garces V resistance, engaging final stand. Static, no reinforcements, no escape, just him and his dog. The first wave of warbeasts charged, their roars shaking the earth. Rylan took aim and fired, dropping 3 before they could get too close. Rex leaped into action, dodging razor-sharp claws and ripping through the creatures with enhanced jaws. One beast lunged at Rylan. He rolled under it, pressing his rifle to its belly and unloading a full magazine. The beast collapsed, but more came. Dozens, then hundreds. Rex, fall back. Rylan shouted, tossing a plasma grenade. The explosion tore through the warbeasts, sending body parts flying, but they kept coming. Rex darted through the battlefield, using his speed and agility to evade attacks. He leaped onto a warbeast's back, sinking his teeth into its exposed throat. It screeched and collapsed. Rylan kept moving, his rifle growing hot from continuous fire. His armor was dented, his muscles screamed in protest, but he refused to go down. The Xelthar commander, a massive creature named Warbeasts, watched from a distance. He had expected this battle to be easy. 1 human and a dog against 1,000 warbeasts. It should have been over in minutes, but instead, the ground was littered with the bodies of his fallen creatures. Impossible! Xorveth growled. 1 human and his pet should not be able to do this. Rylan heard the voice through his comms. He smirked, wiping blood from his mouth. You underestimated the wrong species. More warbeasts attacked. Rylan's rifle clicked empty. He grabbed a combat knife, dodging claws and stabbing into soft flesh. His body was running on pure adrenaline now. Rex was a blur of motion, biting, clawing, and using his enhanced strength to crush the enemy. The battle raged on. Rylan and Rex moved like a well-oiled machine, working in perfect sync. The human's combat instincts, honed by years of war, combined with the dog's enhanced reflexes, made them an unstoppable force. Warbeasts fell by the dozens, their monstrous bodies piling up. The sky above crackled with thunder, and the Xelthar warships began targeting the ground, firing energy blasts that scorched the battlefield. Rylan barely dodged an explosion, feeling the heat singe his armor. He coughed, his lungs burning. They weren't just sending warbeasts now. They were trying to erase him from existence. Rex, we need to move, Rylan called, diving behind a wrecked Xelthar transport. The dog followed, his metallic limbs allowing him to navigate the debris effortlessly. The warbeasts hesitated for the first time. Hundreds of them had died, and yet their single human opponent still stood. They snarled, uncertain. Xorveth noticed. He clenched his fists. No more games. End this now. A massive beast, twice the size of the others, emerged. Its hide was thick as steel, its eyes gleaming with intelligence. Rylan cursed under his breath. Great. A king warbeast. Rex charged first, launching on the beast's back. His claws tore at the creature's neck, but it barely flinched. It swung a colossal limb, throwing the cyber dog aside. Rex hit the ground hard, but in an instant, he was back on his feet, growling defiantly. Rylan rushed forward, his knife flashing. The warbeast swiped, its claws catching his side. He gasped in pain, but drove his blade into its exposed joint. The creature howled in agony. Rex leaped onto its head, biting deep. The warbeast stumbled. "Now, Rex!" Rylan shouted. The dog tore through the creature's skull, severing vital neural links. The massive warbeast collapsed. Sorvet's expression darkened. He had seen enough. Raising his energy blade, he charged. "I will end this myself." Rylan, bloodied and barely standing, faced him. "You may have killed my warbeasts, human, but you cannot kill me." Rylan chuckled, rolling his shoulders. "You're right, but he can." Rex lunged, moving faster than the alien could react. His cybernetic teeth clamped onto Sorvet's throat, tearing through armor and flesh. The alien choked, clawing at Rex, but the dog held firm. Within seconds, the commander collapsed, lifeless. Rex let go, stepping back to Rylan's side. The two stood alone in a battlefield of the fallen. The sky above rumbled. Zelthar warships, realizing their ground forces had been destroyed, began to retreat. Humanity had won, not with an army, not with advanced war machines, but with one man and his dog. Humanity, as always, refused to go down without a fight. And this time, they had won.